baby!
Shake and bake.
Fire the cannon!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web on a happy edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time, but for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay sports fan, it is your time. One of my favorite nights of the week, a Wednesday night, as we get you ready for Bucs versus the Panthers. So how do we start off this show? As you know them, you love them, you got to have them. So here it is. Bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. On tonight's show, we'll have Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire, giving out his picks, getting you ready for that game. I would have to remind you that if you want to go to a place on Sunday to watch a Bucs away game, it would be Tampa Joe's. 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Great food, great atmosphere, and of course, home of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, as we will be live at 11 o'clock for your pregame show, give you a halftime show, and then after that, the postgame edition in collaboration with the JP Peterson Show. And then if that wasn't enough, because We love to give our sponsors all the love they can handle. You don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop. You like the haircut, you like the fade, you like the beard trim. I hope you do. 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. It's Up the Block Barbershop. Go see my favorite barber, Ricky, and all the great and talented barbers there at Up the Block Barbershop. Of course, tell them the Rolex reporter Peter Blake sent you. And again, going back to Tampa Joe's, if you come out there, if you mention the Sports Web, if you mention that I sent you out there, that you saw this ad, that you saw the evolution of sports talk television, you get 15% off of your bill. So not only are you going to get the opportunity to be a part of the evolution of sports talk television, be on camera, say what you want to say, Bucs fans, whether it's positive. Lately, it's been negative.
That's good enough to suck right there.
As some of you want to fire everybody before the season's over with, we give you that opportunity to come out there again, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. What other outlet, what other platform gives you that? I mean, I'm not to brag, but is there a radio station out there doing what we do here on the evolution of sports talk television? Is there a television station out there doing what we do on the evolution of sports talk television? And, you know, according to Dr. Evil, that would be...
How about no?
No. This is why it's so special. This is why I want you Bucs fans to come out there and see me on Sunday as we get you ready for, once again, Bucs versus the Panthers. And as always, like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Facebook stars are open. YouTube super chats. And let's start with Baker Mayfield today talking about this game coming up on Sunday versus the Carolina Panthers. And we'll get out to Harry the Greek. Here we go.
Having this little mini bye week here this late in the season, knowing that this team needs to either win out or at least 2 out of the next 3, is there a recharge moment here that you guys can maybe take advantage of?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, the end of the season push. Obviously, it helped the Saints winning, but regardless, we still need to take care of business the last 3 games anyway. I mean, that's still how we're looking at it. So, yeah, there's new energy, and, yeah, guys are ready to go.
And they gotta be ready to go. You gotta have new energy. You gotta get over it. You gotta get over those disappointing losses versus the Saints. You gotta get over the disappointing loss last Thursday night versus the Atlanta Falcons. You gotta turn the page. We'll turn the page. Let's go out to my co-host here. Here we go. Mr. Harry the Greek, professional handicapper extraordinaire here of the evolution of sports talk television. Harry the Greek, welcome to the evolution here on a happy edition. My favorite night of the week, my favorite day of the week. Had a great day at work today, and I was looking forward to hearing your picks, hearing what you have to say about this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team and their chances. Of course, not only does it come down to the Panthers on Sunday, but it also comes down to the Miami Dolphins, which is interesting because the Dolphins are actually...
Why Miami?
Well, because how it works out, and then let me explain the scenarios here, and this is from Buccaneers.com. The Buccaneers and Panthers have identical 7-7 records, but they have gotten in their very different ways. The favorite to win the division after claiming the last 4 NFC South crowns. The Buccaneers won their first 3 games, stood to 6-2. I guess what it comes down to, as I'm reading this, and I thought this was going to give me this scenario here, but they would have a better division record. So if they beat the Panthers and they beat the Miami Dolphins, they would clinch the NFC South. Now, if they happen to lose on Sunday and they beat the Miami Dolphins, I would believe even if the Panthers do beat Seattle, it would still come down to the last game of the season, which of course would be Bucs versus Panthers at Raymond James Stadium. I believe that is correct. At the end of the day, win the next 2 games. You should win the next 2 games, even though the Panthers are an upcoming team. They've lost to the Saints twice. They're inconsistent. I get it. They're upcoming, but I think this Bucs team right now has a chip on their shoulder, and we'll see if these players facing this adverse situation can do some damage. Once again, welcome to the evolution.
Hey, man, thanks for having me on.
Yes.
As far as what you're saying, I don't like all the hypotheticals, Pete, but you know what's really cool?
Mm-hmm.
I simplify it for you.
Simplify it.
Just beat Carolina twice and you're in. It's just as simple as that. Just win and you're in. But I don't think it's going to have to happen. If they win this game, I think it's over for Carolina. Carolina had their chance, but they blew it against the New Orleans Saints. And you know what else got them? The 88% rule.
You're right about that. You're absolutely correct about that.
Now, Pete, been doing this for a long time with you. Tell the people what the 88% rule is, but if you need a little help, I'll kind of help you along with it.
If the road team is favored by 2.5 points on the road, not 2.5 points, then it favors the home team. More than likely, the home team wins 88% of the time, and that is exactly what happened on Sunday, because as we talked about,
I gave out 2 picks. Who were they?
You gave out the Panthers in New Orleans, and what was the other pick you gave out?
Green Bay at Denver.
And you were correct about that one too.
88% rule, baby. You don't even have to handicap it.
You can't fight the feeling, as Rod Wave would say.
Now, honestly, that is the ultimate definition of a trap game. When Carolina coming off those big wins against the LA Rams, why were they only 2.5-point favorites playing the lonely Saints? That's why. That's why, ladies and gentlemen. The 88% rule is alive. Trust me, is it alive? And thank God for it, because it's something. Not the home team. When the road team is 2.5-point favorite, Peter almost said it correctly. At game time, not 2 or 3, it's got to be 2.5 at game time. 88% of the times, the home team not only covers, okay, they win.
There you go. All right. So again, the scenario is the Buccaneer advantage here. The Buccaneers do head into the last 3 weeks with one advantage. If the 2 games against the Panthers result in a split, Tampa Bay only needs to beat the Dolphins in Week 17 to win the division.
Even with no Tua Tagovailoa either, he's been benched.
Correct, which was what I was going to mention. A lot of people saying Quinn Ewers is going to be the next coming of Joe Montana because it's the curse of the rookie backup. This is the Bucs fans.
Oh, please.
But again, if the 2 games against the Panthers result in a split,
that's going to be a get right game for the Tampa defense. Okay.
And Tampa Bay only needs to beat the Dolphins in Week 17 to win the division. Even if Carolina also won that weekend against Seattle, the Bucs would take the top spot thanks to the 1-game edge and record against common opponents.
Let me tell you something. Seattle, I picked Carolina to beat the Rams, not cover, win the game.
Right.
And I gave it live right here on the Sports Lab. Let me be really clear. Seattle is playing for home field advantage, and they're playing for the division because they have to play the Rams coming up really soon. Let me be really clear. They are going to put an ass whooping so bad on Carolina, they're not going to know which end hit them. This loss against the New Orleans Saints has crushed this team. It's absolutely crushed this team. Tampa's in the driver's seat right now. Tampa's not playing great football, but you know what? They have 3 games to right the ship, and they can make it happen into the playoffs.
You're absolutely correct. So the question for the night here, what's your confidence level? We'll start off with that, 1 to 10. Baker Mayfield had some comments today. Mike Evans had some comments today. Of course, this goes back to what Mayfield said, and I don't know if we covered this or not. This was after the game. It falls on my shoulders.
What did he say?
Can't turn the ball over, can't have that interception, and then you just got to hit a Mecca Ibuka and stride on that 3rd down. Listen, you could say what you want about being up 2 scores in the defense right there, but we have to be better on offense. It comes down to how I play, and that one is going to haunt me. That falls on my shoulders. And like I said, when you're up 2 scores and your offense has to put the game away and you don't, obviously people are going to blame the defense, but it's not the defense's fault. It's our fault. It's my fault. That's how I view it, and that's how I'm going to handle it. And I tend to agree with that to a certain point because you definitely got to hit those plays. You know, you got to hit that 2nd down, He's got to play better. He hasn't necessarily played better. Is it the biggest problem on this team? Of course it's not. The Achilles heel is the defense. You got to make critical stops. But if Baker Mayfield is playing to that level that he did early on in the season, you would feel good about your chances. And he's right. You got to put that team away, especially being up 14 points. So Bucs fans want to definitely hear from you tonight. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. You like that?
I love it. I love to mimic it because I just know it like it's all by heart. You know, Pete, I got to tell you,
yes.
Tampa's offense can play with anybody in football. And the defense just has to get a little bit better, because in the playoffs, defenses usually have a tendency of nullifying a typically great defenses can nullify a really good offense. But if they can get the defense to play a little bit better in the playoffs, it could be anybody's. It could be any team in the NFC right now.
All right, we'll get out to Mike Evans in just a moment, what he had to say, but let's go out to our comments, our webheads here. Again, super chats are open on YouTube. Give if you like the content, and of course, Facebook stars. Tim Haynes says, woo, right there with the little Ric Flair. Woo! Good evening, Peter. Good evening to you. Megan says, good evening, Peter. Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Stop. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
Fire the cannon.
It is exciting. I got to do it. Good evening to you, Mr. Adam.
Ooh, yeah.
LFG Hump Day. Let's go out to Van House Life. I don't know why I'm reading this man's comments, because he's going to troll me all night long. I hope we don't make the playoffs just so we can lose the wild card and Todd Bowles gets fired, because we didn't make the playoffs. Tired of going 10-7 every year or worse under Bowles.
Good comment. Thank you. Next.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm tired of going 10-7 and making the playoffs. See, I never thought I'd hear a Bucs fan say that. Never.
We need to lose for change. That's okay. He's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah.
Whether it's asinine or not, that's up to him.
Right, exactly. This is what you get for being a troll at this point.
This guy sucks. Shitter! That's good enough to suck right there.
What's up, PB? Bucs are going to play better this weekend, I believe. Good stuff there, Mr.
You know what? Time out. You need to get a sound effect that I will authorize here.
What's up?
A toilet blow flushing.
Well, I got this one.
No. I want a toilet bowl flushing.
You know, we're not going to have TJ Reeves on the night, so I got to play this one right here.
Go away. Go away. I will hold the door.
Leave. That's what he says right there.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. Regardless of the situation, Bucs till the end. Love it. Van House Life. Hope we play the same as we always do, and Bulls will be fired. Van House Life. I predict Carolina wins 38-10. He's already putting out a prediction.
Against who?
Carolina wins 38-10 over the Bucs.
Put that back up there.
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Oh, never mind. I thought this was someone of importance. Peter, please stop reading his comments. I tip more in a week than this guy makes.
F you, and F you. Peace out. I'm going to go have a Guinness.
There's JP right there. There you go.
38-10. 38-10. That's
38-10. There you go. Mike's
you're some kind of special there.
He is. Yeah, absolutely, Parrish. We'll get back to those comments from Mike Evans. Evening, everyone. Let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs.
Fire the cannon.
We'll keep it short with that, because I know you love. I know you don't love all those sound effects, but I like to play the sound effects, especially when they say go Bucs. Go Buccaneers. Win, no matter what.
Fire the cannon.
There we go. Baker and the offense has got to take over and capitalize where the defense makes a good stop.
There you go.
Well, going back to that, right? I mean, you have your full complement of weapons, knock on wood, right? Mike Evans, Emeka Egbuka, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan, Cade Otton was back in practice today. Tez Johnson, Bucky Irvin, Rashad White. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I get it. The offensive line is still a little bit banged up because you're missing Brederson. But overall, this is where I think the advantage could come with this Bucs team, not only versus the Panthers, but in the next couple of weeks. And once again, when you make the playoffs, you can make that run and you can do the damage with this offense. Agree or disagree?
I completely agree with you, Peter, and I'm going to give you one a little bit deeper. I think Mike Evans is going to catch in the next 3 games almost 400 yards. Watch.
Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, we'll read the rest of these comments here. So Baker in the offense, absolutely. Damn it, Jim.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell is the matter with you?
Win Buccaneers by all means necessary Sunday, 1 p.m. against the Panthers. Win by all means necessary. Carl says must-win game. It is a must-win game.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it is a must-win game at this point. I mean, you don't want to go down. It may.
We're not losing this game.
All right. What is this? Rolex for Peter Blake. I think he's saying Rolex. You said you're international on your other show, Peter Blake. You're Mr. Worldwide. That means you're global, big dog. I love that. Yes, it is worldwide. All over the place. California, Texas, Ohio there in Jim. Brightside Broadway there.
Somalia.
Yeah, all over.
Let's go Somalia.
Love that. If they're watching, hit the like button and share. Absolutely.
From the river to the sea, baby.
Let's have a great show.
Oh, wrong country.
Web, yes. Wow. Wednesday hump day, really good. Let's see here. KR. Evening, Peter. And
What's
Harry.
up, KR?
Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
Fire the cannon!
Go Bucs. Boom, 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 boom. I gotta play it. All right, enough of that. Let's
You didn't let it play.
What, you want me to play it again? I'll play it again. There you go.
Fire the cannon!
Buccaneers, go Bucs!
All right. What's cracking? Sports Web Nation. Salute to Peter and Harry. Salute to you. All right. So let's go out to the phone lines here.
Who do we got?
We will open them up here. I believe this is Adam from Oregon. Adam, welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, my friend, here on a happy
Hump day!
edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. What's on your mind tonight, boss?
Hey there, Peter and Harry. Hey, I got some trivia for you. There was when they recorded that song in '79.
Yes,
it was recorded by a band of current Buccaneers players. Do you know what the name of the band was?
Wow, I do not know.
You know what? I do know the answer to this too.
What is it?
I'm trying to remember.
The fifth quarter.
The fifth quarter.
I think it was that.
Yes.
Which, yeah, I feel like a lot of Bucs fans need that fifth quarter after the Falcons game and the Saints game. They need a fifth quarter. Yes.
Yeah. Before I talk about this upcoming game Sunday, Harry, since we don't have TJ tonight, I don't understand what's going on in the NFL this year with the analytics, because I'm sure it's the analytics that are dictating it. What is with all of these teams with 4th and 2 yards or less on their own 30-yard line trying to get the conversion? I don't get it. Please explain.
It's like I'm glad you asked that question. It's like a bad disease. It's almost like having a cold or COVID. You know, it started with Campbell up in Detroit. He's missed a 4th down. Then it went to our head coach over in Ben Johnson, and now it's just like all over the place. Analytics. I say screw analytics. You've got to play with your gut. A computer shouldn't tell you what you'll be doing.
But wouldn't the computer be telling us that for 40 or 50 years that you don't go for 4th down and 2 unless you're in the red zone? Am I wrong, Harry?
No, you should be on the opponents, at least from the 40 in. And it also depends.
Okay.
It also depends, in my opinion.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends. You know, in my opinion. Oh, you're really funny, Peter. It also depends, in my opinion, where you are in the game. Are you down? Are you up? Is it the final 2 minutes of the game? Are you looking to put the game away?
Harry,
But for teams that are doing
like the second quarter when
buddy,
you're down by maybe 10 points.
Listen, man, I feel your pain. Okay, Chicago's on their own 45-yard line. It's 4th and 3. Okay, they're up 14-0, complete control of the game, and they don't make the first down. And Cleveland gets lucky Chicago gets lucky for not getting a touchdown put against them. It could have been a one-possession game.
Yep.
You know, if that happened, all
Yes.
Chicago had to do was punt the football. They're going to get it back in 3 downs anyway because they couldn't move the ball. Instead, they gave them a 1-possession game possibly. It's just I don't agree with it. I'm more of a conservative person. But then again, if he doesn't go for it on 4th down, the other half of the community is saying fire Todd Bowles because he doesn't take enough risk. I don't know where to go to from it. I don't agree with the play calling, and I'm not sure it's him. I think that could be the offensive coordinator. Peter?
Oh yeah, I definitely think it's the offensive coordinator. It's on it. It's on him, and there's questionable. Like you're calling a 2nd down when you should be running the ball to, run that clock, and then it's incomplete, of course, and it stops the clock, and then of course you got the interception and a lot of questions.
Well, I'm not even talking about the Bucs. I'm just talking about throughout the whole NFL. But let's talk about Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk.
So I agree with you guys. As far as I'm concerned, Thursday's game against the Falcons was the first time we had all of our offensive complement that we wanted to have at the beginning of the season, other than the offensive line. We knew that Wirfs was going to be out for a bit, and I'm just talking about the weapons that we had. Right. So I consider the game Thursday night to be sort of like our final preseason game to kind of get everybody back in shape. So I have no doubt, and I completely agree, Harry, that I am expecting a minimum of 5 touchdowns every single game from our offense.
Wow, 5 touchdowns. Wow.
Minimum. Now, of course, we have concerns of our defense, whether or not we can keep the other team under 30 points. I do think that if
Tampa Bay scores more than 24 points in these games, they'll win.
I agree.
You're right.
I think they should. I mean, I think you have the opportunity to definitely score more than 24 points, and you have the opportunity to score at least 30 points. And this is what's been missing from this offense is that plethora of weapons when, once again, you get back on Mike Evans, who's had great games versus the Carolina Panthers in the past. Again, coming off a 132-yard receiving performance against the Atlanta Falcons. I think he can do the same thing. And if he can't, then somebody else can step up, either a Nabuka, a Godwin, a McMillan, a Tez Johnson, a Cade Otton, a Sterling Shepard. I mean, we're forgetting some guys at this point.
So, Peter, stay with our camp with Harry and I, because I totally agree with Harry. I believe that Mike is going to, over the next 3 games, probably come close to 600 yards. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, no, I say 400. Let's be reasonable here.
I'm saying
600.
I'm saying 6, and Peter's talking about, well, if Mike.
Have you ever seen a receiver go 200 yards each game for 3 in a row? I never have.
That would be tough. But
that's a tough one, man. I think Mike Evans is the leader of the team, and I think he's going to put the team on his back. And I personally think there's going to be.
Think about this, Peter. Think about this. Our number 1 running back is Tucker.
No.
Tucker would work as a number 1 running back on any other team.
No.
Well, so I'm just very, very confident about this team right now. I understand some of our bandwagon fans are like, well, what's going to happen? We'll be 10-7 and limp into the playoffs. You know what? We went out the division, and we're going to scare a whole bunch of the NFC during the playoffs. And I haven't heard, Harry, about that, but I know we're jumping ahead and we're getting ahead, but I'm saying the Bucs will be a scary playoff team because everybody forgot about them because of their slide. So
certainly possible, Adam. I appreciate the call, man. Use the second one if you want to. Okay.
Adam, have a great time, man. And go Bucs. Great call.
Bye.
All right, good stuff there. Open phone line 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. You talk about it. They're going to surprise some people because they're going to get healthy. They
have the potential.
Yes.
To surprise some people because right now everybody's looking at their record. They are exactly what they are. They're a 7-7 team because they're banged up. But if this defense could just play this much better, just this much better, your offense will carry you.
All right, let's keep reading these comments as always. Let's see here. We are beating the Kitty Cats. Y'all heard what Big Mike said today. We are ready. Now, this is what Mike Evans had to say today. again with the monster 132-yard game. Does he think this unit can score more than 28 points each week? He says absolutely. As an offense, especially with the amount of talented players that we have, we're going to go out there and put up way more than that, especially after we watch the film and see how much meat we left on the bone. It's unacceptable for this offense of this caliber. He also said this today when asked about retirement, which is in care of Greg Allman of Fox Sports. Mike Evans clarifies it could mean about saying he could be retiring soon, because there's a lot of fans out there who said he was going to retire.
I think it's this year, Peter.
He says it could mean 3 or 4 more years. Asked about number 13 playing a 13th season in 2026, he says reporters are speaking it into existence. And once again, the Bucs had Tyke Smith, Savasi Dennis, and Cade Otton all practicing today after missing the last game. Otton has a brace on his right knee. So there you go. All you got to get back is Kalijah Kancey, and I think he solidified that defensive line. But going back to it, Mike Evans, 28 points or more. You think that's possible? Panthers are a tough defense. They got 2 kids, especially the kid, Derek Brown, up front there. Horn.
Their defense isn't as good as Atlanta's.
Tell me why.
I think Atlanta takes a lot more chances. I think they stuff the run a little bit better. Carolina is suspect. They don't play a lot of man. They play a lot of zone. I think Tampa's offense is going to just chew that defense up, in my own personal opinion. I knew they were going to struggle with Atlanta, especially with the injuries on the offensive line and the way that Atlanta likes to bring the pressure. Raheem Morris has got a personal vendetta, and he just kept going after him, and eventually they had some success. But I don't think Carolina is going to have that success for 2 reasons. 1, Tampa matches up really well, and 2, they're going to be completely deflated for what happened in that New Orleans game.
Only 6 teams average 28 points per game, by the way. But I think the Bucs have the weapons and the potential, like you said, to do that. So is that the advantage, Bucs fans, in your opinion, versus the Panthers on Sunday? Get on the phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391 on a happy hump day. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I don't know what it is on Wednesday, but I just love Wednesdays more than Mondays. Whether they win or not, whether it's a victory or not, I always love Wednesdays for some reason. Evening, Peter and Harry. Go Bucs. All right. Thank you very much. Good comment there. Watching the best sports talk show during the week. Appreciate Peter and the crew. The Webhead, salute to you. Salute to you. JPP is going to light a little fire in that defense. It looks like he may play. They may activate him. 36 years old, hasn't played in 2 years. What do you expect out of JPP besides the obvious leadership qualities? Will he surpass Hassan Reddick, as crazy as that sounds?
Please
get a
don't.
couple sacks? Because we should have bet on this.
Don't put me on the spot like that.
Well, I was looking to bet you on this because I actually think he may get a sack or 2. That's how good JPP, or how skilled, although he hasn't played a snap in the last 2 years. So what should we expect realistically from JPP? Wow, your silence speaks volumes. You don't expect that much, do you?
No.
I think Todd Bowles will be excited.
He's a depth piece, man. He really is a depth piece.
Okay.
And if he becomes a cheerleader on the sideline and he can help get that defense, going around, on certain personnel, maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to expect to a guy that hasn't played this long, especially as a defensive end, Peter.
Well, it's true, but he's going to be a stand-up linebacker. I mean, they're going to move him all around the place. They're even going to zone him up because he's done that in the defense. Going back to Baker Mayfield, he also had this.
That's true, Pete. I didn't think about that.
That's why I give you something to think about here. The finger pointing is only happening if you have bad culture in the building. So that's not a problem we have to deal with, says Mayfield. We met on Monday with the offense, and I told them it's on me. It's on this group. I expect us to be able to score more than 28 in a situation like that and put the game out of reach. So you just nip it in the bud in the beginning. This sounds like a quarterback that, once again, is the leader of this team, that is the franchise, and has a chip on his shoulder. And, oh, by the way, Bucs fans, some of you fans saying, this season is over with. The Bucs thrive with adverse situations. When their backs are against the wall, that's when they're the most dangerous. And that is because also of Baker Mayfield.
Shake and bake.
It is, and that's what you got to see. Yeah, shake and bake. It's a team game also. Baker can say that, but the defense has to help the offense. Also, when they falter, agree. Let's go out to the Green Queen herself, Alluring Dar. Happy hump day to you. Happy hump day.
Hump day.
Thank you for tuning in there on YouTube. Mike D. Roche's. Oh, Canada. Bucs are a fragile team. Do you agree with that? Bucs are a fragile team?
Next comment.
You don't agree with that? You think they're
No.
strong enough to overcome this?
I honestly.
Why would Mike say that? Mike, why do you feel like that? Call in, Mike, if you can. Let's go out to James Flash Ludeman. I'm going to try something different tonight. Bucs win. Offense gets it together. Defense makes a key sack to win the game. 27-24 Sunday. Love it, Flash Ludeman. Everybody giving predictions out, but we're going to be live.
I don't think it's going to be that close.
It may not be that close. I mean, again, you listen to Baker Mayfield, and I get it, it's just words. But we know when this quarterback is fired up and the way they've lost the last two games, especially versus the Falcons, listen, if they don't come out and they don't have a strong start, then there's definitely going to be some questions that need to be asked in that locker room.
Carolina is going to play a real inspired game for about one quarter.
One quarter.
That's it.
The first quarter?
That's it.
Okay. I love it. All right. And by the way, we'll be live at Tampa Joe's in case you don't know. Which, again, I'm just kind of disappointed at you Bucs fans. Like, I love you. I love the fact that you tune in, and I know some of you don't live in the area. But if you do live in the area, where would you rather be? There's all kinds of bars out there. You can watch a Bucs game on television, but can you be a part of the evolution of sports talk television? Can you get on a 4K camera and say what you want to say? Can you talk to yours truly, the Rolex reporter, Peter Blake? Can you talk to Harry the Greek? Can you talk to the rest of the staff and Bucs fans? Can you have great food at Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road? When I got the speakers out, the PA speakers, I'm screaming Tampa Bay. I'm going to put all those reels out there of what to expect with those away watch parties. And there is no one, Harry, there is no one that is doing it like we do it. Because you know why? They're sleeping on us. That's why you were yawning right now. Let's read the rest of these comments. Thank you. And then we'll get your picks. Go Bucs. Yes, go Bucs.
Fire the cannon.
They got to stop sleeping on us here. What's up, Harry? Congrats on your Bears this year so far. Thank you for all your insight. He's one of the best. He really is. He's one of the best. And listen, I know everybody's saying Tampa Joe's is an Eagles bar. Let me put this out there. They are an Eagles bar, but they play on Saturday night. And I would say at least the Eagles fans show up for their watch party, unlike some of you Bucs fans. I'm just saying, I'm not going to point fingers here, but they show up for their team. Whether their team wins or loses, whether they're trying to fire the coach or not, they're showing up there at Tampa Joe's. Here's one guy right here, big-time Eagles fan, but his second team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So hopefully he's there on Sunday. I invite you here on the Evolution. Eagle Man says Tampa Bay will win. That's an Eagles fan, ladies and gentlemen. King Cook says the Raise the Flag doc is phenomenal. Representation of our franchise, just paying homage to all the great people involved in our team's history. You watched that. What did you think of that? What was your favorite episode? I will tell you, and I think it was like episode 5 or 6 when Dungy comes in. It's 1997. That's probably one of my favorite years of all time. And then it's the uncertainty, of course, in 2002 when Dungy gets fired. John Gruden comes in. There's all kinds of excitement and hype. They start out rough like every Bucs team does. They lose to Philadelphia in that the middle of the season. You hear Derek Brooks say, "We'll be back. We'll be back." You know, what I took out of it, and I never knew this, I kind of knew it because listening to the Big Dog for so many years, Steve Dumick, 620 WDAE, 95.3 FM now. He used to play the sound clip of John Gruden saying Mark Allstott, not Mike Allstott. So there was a rift there, and there still seems like there is a rift there between that relationship, and still they were able to make that work because John understood what Allstott meant to that team. So what was your favorite episode? What was your favorite moment in that documentary? Great stuff there, King Cook.
What was mine?
Yeah.
I have to be honest with you, was the inception of Tampa Bay. It was,
Okay.
with especially when they drafted Doug Williams and everything. It just took me back to my childhood because those were some really good times. I even liked when they were talking to Steve DeBerg. I mean, he's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. A lot of people are like, "Really, Steve DeBerg?" Yep, absolutely. Love Steve DeBerg. Loved watching Ricky Bell run and it's just and Jimmy Giles and just seeing some of the old players and then they went through the quarterback carousel, and then they went right through a phase of coach carousels, one
Yeah.
right after another, after another, after another. And I disagreed with a couple of things that they did. I caught them in a couple of situations where I didn't think they were telling the truth. It was kind of fabricated to make the organization look a little bit better. Um, but my favorite episodes was probably 1 and 2. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just the inception of the team. What they had to go through to do it. Love John McKay, man. I love that guy.
Love John McKay. Love Ron Wolf, who took over the Packers, was a part of that Packers and Brett Favre team there.
Jerry Angelo.
Yeah, Jerry Angelo there. I mean,
went to the Bears for a while, but man,
Steve
how
Young,
can you not like?
Well, Steve Young and the Bo Jackson situation. So you have Steve Young, who you don't know is going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, but you invest in him, and then you trade him to St. Louis. And then Hugh Culverhouse says, you know what? We're going to do you one better. He was good for this. He traded Steve Young, of course, to the San Francisco 49ers, and the rest is history as Young became a Hall of Famer. I think that's probably the most disappointing thing in the history of this Bucs team is the quarterbacks go somewhere else, and they always win a Super Bowl usually. Doug Williams with the Washington Redskins at the time, of course, with Joe Gibbs, who was offensive coordinator early. And then, of course, you had Steve Young go with Bill Walsh and George Seifert and finally win a Super Bowl there.
I
Trent
just loved the first 2 episodes were just
yeah.
It was just awesome, especially listening about Leroy Selman and everything else. It was classy.
It was.
And I forgot that his brother.
Dewey.
I forgot his brother played for the team on top of it. It was just unbelievable.
It is. So many great players, a great organization, and again, a history. All right. I guess we're going to go out to this guy. I hope he's going to talk Bucs, but I got a feeling he's probably not going to want to.
Oh, someone sent super chats in.
Oh, yes. We got a super chat, so we'll get out to that in a moment. Let's go out to the highly critical Joe Sway. Welcome, Mr. Critical here. I call you the critic.
Yes, I am.
So what's on your mind tonight? What do you want to talk about?
The Bucs web tonight.
Bucs web,
I got.
Yes.
Hey, what time's the game? Is it 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock game? Because I heard they were trying to flex it.
1 o'clock. We have.
They're not good enough to flex right now.
Not yet. We'll see.
Okay.
They may flex it too. They may flex it if the game means something. The last game of the season.
The last game, well, they're going to have a hard time flexing that too because that could be, believe it or not, Chicago, Detroit.
Wow, how about that? Yeah.
So they don't. So the NFL doesn't do like what MLB does on the last day of the season, where every game is on at the exact same time.
No,
they don't do that, Joe Sway. No, I'm sorry.
Nope.
They should do that just to keep the interest up. Well, you know what? The NFL doesn't need any more interest. What am I talking about? Anyways,
you want to talk Tampa Bay Rays?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of Cedric Mullins and Steven Matz signings so far?
I mean, the good signings. I mean, Mullins. To see what he has on this team. I mean, maybe he's a reclamation project. I know Matz has been able to pitch, so that'll definitely help your bullpen and also your starting rotation. That was a weak spot. So right now, it's interesting. I definitely think some of the signings are interesting. I'll be curious to see what they do more in free agency, who they trade. Brandon Lau could be traded eventually, or they could trade somebody else. So I'll be interested to see what this team does and how they come back. Of course, for me, all eyes are on that superstar and Junior Caminero.
I'm gonna say an unpopular opinion, and what you just mentioned, Peter.
Don't say it. Don't say Junior is gonna have a regression. Don't say it.
No. I'm gonna say Brandon Lau should get traded.
That's possible. I think that's certainly possible. And again, the potential is always there for him, but he can't stay healthy. He hasn't been able to stay healthy, and he had a great year last year, but he's up and down. He's up and down. So if you can get some value there, and we know how the Rays work when it comes to value, young pitching or both basically young pitching at this point in prospects. If you can get some prospects or guys that are going to fill that system and help out, because the system right now is not that good, I definitely think that could be the direction you go.
And I think we're going to finish talking about baseball in about 5 months. We'll start talking about it.
Yes,
and that's why we need to hit on this number 2 pick, like I said the other night. And Harry, would you have ever predicted the Rays get the number 2 overall pick in this upcoming draft?
No, I thought it was great.
It was great. All right, Joe Sway, we appreciate it.
My nephew brought him luck.
Listen, I would throw it out there. Come out to Tampa Joe's on Sunday, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. All right.
I just hope you won't big league me here when I do show up. Don't big league me now.
Big league.
Don't this. What?
All right, Joe Sway. Appreciate the call, Mr. Critical.
All right, Peter.
All right, open phone line 727.
We're done with baseball talk now.
Yeah, we're done with baseball talk. I'm sorry, guys. Bucs fans, call up here. Yes, this is a Bucs show. Predominantly, we do talk some Rays. We do talk some Lightning sometime. But you're getting ready for Bucs versus the Panthers here in a couple days. Open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. A lot of these fans need to remember the days of our season being over in October, talking about the draft in November. Please speak to the people in the back. My goodness, Dave. Happy hump day for sure. We made it. We did.
Hump day.
King Cook again. I definitely want to see JPP this week. Van House Life. So when Carolina wins 38-10, remember that. We will. And also remember to keep that same energy when the Bucs win, because I don't want to hear any stupid excuses. I want you to call the show, or I want you to put it in the chat box, or I want you to give a super chat and say, guess what? I'm an idiot. I was wrong. Hey, Peter, what's going on? Broadway. Dave says Barton needs to step up. He's not playing well. I mean, you look at that matchup. We'll break it down more on Sunday, but the interior of that line, that's concerning. Dan Feeney versus Derek Brown, and they also got a kid by the name of Bobby Brown, not to be confused with My Prerogative. And don't be cruel, and hopefully he's not cruel to Baker Mayfield with that pressure inside. So is that the matchup you're looking at? The interior line, which has been pushed around here the last couple of games, been pushed around all season, either injury or just regression against a guy like Derek Brown and Bobby Brown.
Yeah, it's your audio just cut up. Can you hear me? Okay?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
No, I couldn't hear you though.
I said they got a guy by the name of Bobby Brown, then they got a kid by the name of Derek Brown, and he's finally healthy. So
how much of an impact do you think that's going to make?
Well, the interior line it's been rough. Graham Barton hasn't necessarily played that well. In fact, I think he's taken a step back, and it's either because you're missing your right guard there, and Cody Malk. Of course, and then the shifting of Ben Bredesen, he's not there. So I think that's definitely hurt the line. It's hurt the cohesion, if you will, of that line, because you have to have that. You have to have that consistency when it comes to your line. So I think that's the matchup I'm looking at, because you do have the two Brown kids there, especially Derek.
That makes sense. And I'm going to have to probably agree with everything that you just said there.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That broadcasting school is really working out for you, Harry. Let's go.
What do you want me to disagree with you? It made perfect sense.
I'm bringing it tonight. That's all. All right, let's go out to Brightside Broadway. If you know where that line's from, put it in the box. Where is that line from, Broadway? Welcome to the Evolution.
What line? I didn't hear because I was calling in. I'm sorry.
Monty, that broadcasting school is really working out, except I changed it to Harry. That broadcasting school is really working out. Where's that from?
Oh, you got me stumped. How
about Major League, guys? Major League. All right, go ahead, Brightside. That was a baseball movie. There you go.
Sorry, I don't want baseball.
I'm full of it tonight. Go ahead, Brightside.
I'm guaranteeing a win.
Okay.
I agree with Harry.
Okay.
They have one good quarter. The rest, the Bucs. Take it.
It's all Bucs at that point, right?
It's all Bucs.
All right.
And my bright side of the week is we're going to be healthy and we're all coming back.
Well, I think that's definitely a bright side. I think you could also say the bright side of the week was that the stinking Saints, who we absolutely still hate, but we loved on Sunday, beating the Carolina Panthers. So thank you very much to Saints fans and the New Orleans Saints for helping the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out. Bright side, anything else here on the Evolution?
And we're number 1 in the division still.
There you go. There's another bright side. That's why that's why I love Brightside Broadway here from North Carolina.
Harry, I want to ask you.
He wants to ask you a question.
Where do you see us going after we win the division?
Go ahead. What do you see going if they win the division, which it looks like they could, and I definitely expect they will.
It's. I don't know. You're going to have to ask me because I'm going to have to look up, what opponent they're going to be playing. They don't match up well against teams like Chicago or Detroit right now. They match up well against teams like Green Bay. They'll match up really well against San Francisco. They'll match up, believe it or not, against teams like Seattle.
Wow.
But it just depends. Philadelphia could be a little bit of a problem because of the way they blitz. It just totally depends. I can honestly give you that analogy once the playoffs start. Let's get there first.
All right, good stuff, Brightside. We'll see you on Sunday here on the Evolution, bright and early, my friend, at 11 a.m., okay?
Thank you. Love you guys. Go Sports Web.
All right, he says it goes Sports Web. Love it. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. That Raise the Flag stock is so amazing. I recommend it for any football fan. You learn so much about the Bucs and our franchise history. We laid down the foundation for other teams, in my opinion. Once again, I always go back to this. Everybody always looks like the 0-26 the first 2 years of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but what they failed to mention is at the time, the Bucs were the fastest team in NFL history to make the playoffs. And not only make the playoffs, get to the NFC Championship.
They were also the first team to ever go and whatever the hell it was.
0-26. Let's go out to Nicholas Jackson. I believe I know who this is, a longtime Bucs fan. I think it's the first time you've called out of California. Welcome to the Evolution. You're on with yours truly, along with Mr. Greek himself, Harry the Greek.
How you doing, man? How's it going?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you doing? How are you feeling about this game on Sunday? Bucs versus the Panthers, a must-win scenario at this point, right?
Yeah, it is. And honestly, we should win this game because if we don't, a lot of Bucs fans will be mad.
Are you one of those Bucs fans? Have you lost faith? Are you hoping that this Bucs team loses out so they can fire Todd Bowles? Or are you still keeping the faith, my friend?
You know what? My own opinion, hey, look, it's been a long season. Let's go ahead and just not make the playoffs. Let's fire Todd Bowles. I hate where Buc fans were to tell me this right now. They're probably gonna hate me for this, but I will say it like this: let's get rid of Jason Light as well too.
Wow, you want a full rebuild at this point? You want to go back to the doldrums?
I understand where this man is coming from.
All right, go ahead and talk about it then, Harry.
I'm just saying because listen, I don't agree so much with the Todd Bowles thing. Honestly, this guy's won a lot of divisions, but I don't think Todd Bowles would be in hot water the way he was if Jason Light was actually giving him the weapons that he currently needs, especially on defense. I've said this. I started this thing about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Peter, you and I have talked about it ad nauseum, but Jason Light is not getting enough blame. You know what? He could be the best general manager in all of football, but right now, he's just mediocre, in my opinion.
Well, it's not working out. It has not worked out. I wouldn't say he's mediocre. Maybe this year.
I didn't say horrible, Pete.
Right.
Mediocre is still a lot better than 2/3 of the general managers in football. But this organization is coming off a Super Bowl. They demand excellence, and they're not getting players like they're supposed to. I'm sorry, they're not. They knew this team needed to get some defensive help. Sorry, you didn't plan on being 7-7. Peter, what have I always preached? Going into the playoffs, you need what? Momentum.
The Mo.
Okay.
Yeah.
The year that they went to the Super Bowl, how many games did they win in a row? Come on. It was let's really analyze that.
It was 7-5.
The light went like this What game? Atlanta, second half. From there on, they just ran the table.
Down 17.
They don't have it.
Yeah.
Correct. They don't have that like that this year.
Well,
and they could have had that if they would have just did something on the defensive side. I'm not saying going out and getting a Max Crosby. I'm not saying I'll go and get Trey Hendrickson. I'm talking about getting some help. I'm talking about getting some help. At least make some efforts. Bringing JPP, I'm sorry, it's not getting me excited. So for this one, I am going to have to agree with the call.
Not excited?
It's exciting!
Like Todd is? No. You're not excited like Todd is? No. Okay. All right, Nick. So you want to fire everybody at this point. I definitely understand that. Although, again, I will caution you that when you're going to fire the coach and fire the general manager, you're going to have to get somebody in here. You're not only going to have to get a coach, but also a general manager. It may take a couple years. I just don't think, listen, if you're going to do something, if it doesn't work out, which again, I'm going to knock on wood, I'm the eternal optimist. I think it's going to work out with Todd Bowles, but if it doesn't, you fire Todd Bowles, maybe you get an offensive assistant like a Joe Brady, somebody like that. But again,
no,
I don't fire the general manager because the general manager has had the stability of this organization. Furthermore, he's had more hits than misses. I get it. Bucs fans are looking at it saying, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, where you at?
Past 3 years haven't been really good.
Chris Braswell,
his resume is not that good the past 3 years.
McMillan, Bucky Irving, Tyke Smith.
Free agents. Free agents.
Well, free agents. Yeah.
Free agents.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't have an issue with this draft. I don't have an issue with Kyle Trask.
Right.
Tryon-Shoyinka, he just didn't fit in this. He's doing just fine.
Chris Braswell has been disappointing. Yeah.
Okay, yes, he has. You're not going to hit on every single one of your draft picks. I get it. But you need to get some veteran presence. You needed to get some help. This team was a 6-win team at one time.
Yeah, sure. Go for it, man.
Now, these are 2 questions, and the guy in the back could probably answer this question as well, too.
Sure. The guy in the back is the co-host here, Harry the Great, but go ahead.
The guy in the back. I'm the guy in the back.
Right. Okay, so now that I've got you guys on board now.
Well, you don't got me on board, but I'm just saying. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll play your game.
You know, number one, this team has been struggling with pass rush throughout the years, or during the time that we've had Tom Brady for that Super Bowl run. Do you think, my first question to you is that, do you think, without a defensive line, you think this team will be successful?
No, I definitely think this team has to step up. Guys have to step up already. Hopefully they get back Elijah Cansey, but you're exactly right. It's the Achilles heel.
I got to go in the back room for a minute. I have a call coming in.
Go in the back room here. Now he's going to go in the back room, but you're exactly right. You got to get a pass rusher at this point. You haven't had that. You thought Hassan Reddick was going to be the answer. He hasn't been the answer at this point. Yaya Diaby showed some flashes, but not consistent enough. Vita Vea still really good. Elijah Roberts is a rookie. So I think, again, you get back Elijah Cansey, I think this line changes, but that's definitely hurt this defensive line. But with all that being said, do they have enough talent on that defensive line? No, they do not. And no matter what happens at this point, no matter how far you go, that should be the number one objective in free agency, to get a veteran pass rusher. What else?
Okay, so thank you for answering that question. Second is that, how much of a belief, man, that you think that Baker Mayfield is that guy? Now, meaning that everybody likes him, and they like him. Oh, he's Baker Mayfield. He's broken Tom Brady's records and blase. How much more are you want to sit on the hands of Baker Mayfield when he actually said in the video, he said, "Don't blame Todd Bowles, blame me," and stuff, and all the mistakes that he's done?
That's a leader.
You cost us the game.
That's a leader.
That's a leader. That's a franchise quarterback, Nick. You haven't had that in a long time.
Hey, Nick, do you think Baker is healthy right now?
The way that his movement is, the way he walks, I think he is. I just hate the mistakes that he's making, and
I want to tell you something,
honestly,
Nick. When you paused to that, I don't think you really think he's healthy at all. When you paused, it told me everything you needed to know there, because
Nick, the guy's playing with a bad shoulder right now.
Yeah, he's playing. To me, I think you already know that he's not healthy. And I think we've seen when Baker Mayfield is healthy, he's one of the top young quarterbacks, still young, 28, 29 years old.
There was a reason why I was asking this question.
Right.
You kind of answered it for him. All right. You got 32 teams in the National Football League, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to do me a favor and just name where do you think he ranks right now? Not statistically, in your eyes, where do you think Baker Mayfield would rank in the National Football League of the 32 teams? What would you say?
If this probably don't make sense, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'd say somewhere between, in my opinion, 15, not even top 10, not even top 5, somewhere in between like 15 and somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Statistically, he's top 5. Statistically, he's top 5. Just letting you know that, and he's playing injured.
Yes.
So you're saying, let's just say top 15. So the bottom half of the NFL, you think those quarterbacks would be better suited than a Baker Mayfield?
And let me throw this out there to him, and then we'll let you go, Nick. And I appreciate the call. Use the second one. Always welcome here.
I love the opinion.
Yeah, you're willing to get rid of the general manager. You're willing to get rid of the coach, and you want to get rid of the quarterback. Possibly, you do understand that you're looking at possibly a 3-13 or 2-15 season. You know that all these changes are not necessarily going to equal out because it's highly impossible to get a new coach, a new general manager, and a new quarterback with a new system, a rookie quarterback.
And if they did get rid of him, I don't see a Bo Nix, a Caleb Williams, or a Drake May coming out of this draft.
No, because Arch Manning's going back to school in 2026, so that's not happening.
And you don't want him anyway.
Okay, let me answer that. Let me answer that for you.
Go for it.
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay, during the times that before the draft has started, and you probably had seen this and stuff, and I told everybody, we're going after a wide receiver. We're not going to go after defense. Now, for what I'm trying to say is that to you and the guy in the background can hear me on this and where I'm coming from with this. I just look at it like this. We may not go defense, but the wide receivers that we have on this piece of paper and stuff like that should have put up like at least 35 to 40 points a game. If you think that we got that, I don't think so. Because why? I just think that in this year's draft, we'll go after a right tackle.
No, I don't know about that. All right, Nick, I appreciate the time as always. Use the second one. Let me go out to Curtis. I will say this. If you had an opportunity,
I got to get picks out.
Yeah, and I know you do, and we'll get out to Curtis here in just a moment. But if you were disappointed with Emeka Egbuka being your pick, then you weren't paying attention to the Bucs last year because Mike Evans went down. He's getting up there in age. Chris Godwin went down with an injury. Jalen McMillan went down. And if you don't have Egbuka this year, you're basically because of all the injuries you had in the first place.
2-11.
Yeah, basically that's what you're looking at this point. Again, let me go out to Curtis here from Newport Richie. Welcome to the Sports Web. You want to change the quarterback, the coach, and also the general manager. You want a full rebuild. You ready for that?
Fuck no. Excuse my French. Hell no. Hell no. Listen, I'm gonna just tell you something. Me and my girl, we just finished watching Raise the Flag documentary, the whole thing.
Excellent.
Okay?
Excellent.
And I cried like a bitch. Okay.
Right.
I did.
Right.
Number one, when Doug Williams' wife died, and they couldn't give him an extra $200,000.
What a disgrace.
What a piece of shit. Excuse my French.
Yeah. We're speaking a lot of
What
French
a steaming, stinking piece of shit.
Yes.
Okay. And Culverhouse, sorry, but even when they were like, "Oh, Culverhouse is dead," even though I already knew he was dead, I was like, "Good for fucking him." I don't even care. I was so emotional watching that documentary.
He was not a great owner, and he cheated on his wife with multiple mistresses, and also what you come to find out is he was trying, and Jim we'll get out to you in a moment. He was trying to tempt Williams with some scheme on land to pay for that $200,000 because he didn't want to give him the $200,000, and then on top of it. He had connections to the Rams. So no wonder everybody talks about the Doug Williams curse when he left. The Rams curse because of Hugh Culverhouse being connected to that franchise. So he was an awful owner, no doubt.
I forgot to speak to my boy Harry. How the hell are you? I love you.
What's up, brother? What's up?
Nothing, man. I just watched that documentary, and the Tony Dungy thing brought back some old feelings, and the greatness of Dirk Cutter and Greg Schiano. I was like, oh God, I had to live through that again.
Yeah, fire John Gruden, and you got Raheem Morris for a couple years, and then you get one of Greg Schiano, and then Lovie Smith, and then
But you want to what the craziest thing for me was?
What's
though?
up?
Have you finished it?
I watched the whole thing besides I believe the last episode. I did not think I watched the last episode.
I'm going to tell you this.
Yes.
There was 2 parts that was sadder than anything for me.
Okay.
Okay. And don't get me wrong, the Doug Williams thing and his wife was very sad.
Yes.
But when Paul Gruber got hurt and could never come back.
Forgot about
and
that. Yes.
And when Ryan Jensen got hurt and the whole team was basically waiting on him. That tore me up so bad, man.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah. Paul Gruber, of course, being a story on this show. When I was in 7th grade, I used to wear a creamsicle jacket, whether the Bucs won or lost. More than times than not, they lost. This kid burned a hole in the jacket to be defiant, like I always am. I wore the jacket whether they won or lost. In fact, I wore it more. Nobody knows why, because I'm a Bucs fan at the time, and I also got that jacket signed by Paul Gruber, and that was one of the forces. The fire, I always say, never went out. That's why the sports web was created in the first place. But Paul Gruber getting hurt in 1999 when they're on the cusp, and I believe that's in the Chicago game at Soldier Field. They're on the cusp of going to the NFC Championship game versus, of course, the Rams.
Yep. So, but I mean, I've been watching. I'm. Listen. I told everybody, the Saints losing was Carolina losing to the Saints was a big thing. The thing about it is, are you going to go out here and execute?
Yes.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And can this defense get a damn stop?
Well, that's what it comes down to, Curtis. I appreciate the call. We're going to get out to picks here. So,
Curtis, have a really good evening, brother.
Get your picks ready. We're going to get out to Harry the Greek. Use that second pick.
Hey, Harry, for you.
Yes.
Go Bears.
Thank you, brother. Go Bears, go Bucs.
Curtis, use that second call if you want to. We appreciate it. We'll cut off the calls for right now. Let's go out to your picks. Harry the Greek here, coming up in the NFL. What is it? Week 16.
Can you
yes.
believe it?
Yes, I cannot believe
it. The way done.
It's flown by. It's been too fast. It's
exciting, though.
It is exciting. It's definitely exciting, Todd.
It's exciting!
All right. So do me a favor here, Harry. Give out some picks out there. We'll read the comments, take your phone calls after we're done with the Greek here. And the over-under. Go ahead, Greek.
Are you ready, Peter?
I'm ready.
You guys have been having some fun making some money with these picks? Well, I got some good ones. We had some deep picks last week, and the 88% rule really took over. Thank you, Carolina, for the 88% rule, because that's why the Bucs are still in first place. Anyway, let's talk about tomorrow night's game, the LA Rams at Seattle. Who in the world would figure that Seattle is a 1.5 favorite in this game? Are you kidding me? Until they prove me wrong, you take the Rams on the money line. Don't even bother taking the points. They're going to beat Seattle outright. Get this, Saturday, the first game. It's going to be 5 p.m. Philadelphia at Washington. Who cares? You don't have to play the game that bad. If you had to lean one way, you'd have to take Philadelphia, but -6.5, I can't give it out.
Too many points, all right?
It's just too many points, Peter. The Saturday night game is Green Bay at Chicago. This one is circled on my calendar, baby. Circled on my calendar. How dare Vegas make Chicago an underdog? I have not given out the Bears very often this year. This game, you take Chicago at home. Put them on the money line. They're another home underdog. Chargers are at Dallas. Dallas is a 2-point favorite at home. I don't get it. They can't stop anybody. Still, that game's a little bit too much for me to call, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Take the LA Chargers on the money line. Another underdog without taking the points. Take the underdogs. Buffalo at Cleveland. Buffalo's -10. Cleveland looks pretty bad. They can still play defense. Go to Texas in that game. Peter, what does Texas mean? Do you remember?
El Paso.
You're going to Texas. You're going to El Paso. Thank you. Cincinnati's at Miami. Cincinnati's 4-point favorites. No Tua in this game. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring affair for one team, and that'll be Cincinnati. Don't be afraid to lay the 4 points because Miami won't be able to score. New York Jets at the New Orleans Saints. This, my friend, should be the toilet bowl game. It really should be. How are the New Orleans Saints 4.5-point favorites against an NFL team?
The Mo.
Really?
Yeah.
Forget about the Mo. Stay away from this game. Trust me, if you can't take the Jets in this game, don't bet it. I'm not giving it out, but believe me, New Orleans isn't that good. Kansas City, unfortunately, without the baby goat himself, he's not playing. They're -3 at Tennessee. Pass. Peter, going to Texas in that game. Minnesota at the New York Giants. Buddy, let me tell you something. This has Minnesota written all over it. But you know what the problem is, Peter?
What's that?
It's the 88% rule. Right now, they're 2.5-point favorites. You can't play it. If this game goes to Minnesota -3 or Minnesota -2, go ahead and play it. But if it's 2.5 at game time, don't touch that game. Do not play it. Because that, my friend, is what we call a trap game. Tampa Bay at Carolina, we'll wait. Atlanta at Arizona, I'll give you the pick at the end. Atlanta at Arizona. Atlanta, guess what, Pete? It's another trap game. Why? The 88% rule, 2.5-point favorites. You can't stay with this game. Love Atlanta on paper, just like I like Minnesota on paper. But when they're 2.5-point favorites on the road, you can't play it. Jacksonville at Denver. Denver's a 3-point favorite. I think Denver wins this game by 15 points. That's my favorite game of the week.
Wow.
Make sure you take Denver -3, and don't be scared. Pittsburgh at Detroit. Aaron Rodgers is coming in with his broken hand. They're getting 7 points at Detroit. I don't think it's enough points. I think Detroit's going to roll big on this one. Take Detroit, lay the 7 points.
Nice.
Las Vegas at Houston. Houston's 14-point favorites. I think the defense is going to score 14 points alone, but that's a lot of points. I can't do it. Total's 38 points. That's a game you got to go to Texas and El Paso. New England at Baltimore. Baltimore's at home as a 2.5-point favorite against the New England Patriots. Why? Why? This one doesn't make sense to me. One's almost out of the playoffs, and the other one's already won their division. Are they resting players? I have no idea, but I couldn't bet this game if you paid me. San Francisco is a 6-point favorite at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is playing some really, really, really good defense. They held Seattle to 5 field goals. Or no, it was 6 field goals, Pete. They didn't have an offensive touchdown for Seattle. Unfortunately, I think San Francisco is going to be too much. Total's 46.5. I like the 49ers and the under in that game. Now, let's talk about the Buccaneers.
Yes, let's talk about it. We'll hold off on phone calls. Corey, I know you were trying to call. Mr. Williams trying to call. Yes, and Jim trying to call. Stand by.
Tampa Bay's a 3-point favorite on the road. Do not, ladies and gentlemen, be afraid to bet this game. Tampa will right this ship. Your head coach, Mr. Todd Bowles, has finally lost his cool, and he said exactly what was on his heart. I think this team is going to straighten that direction out on their ship, and I believe that they're going to win this game. And I have them winning this game by at least 13 points. Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans are going to have a connection that you haven't seen in a very long time. Hold on, because it's going to be an offense explosion on Tampa's side. I think Tampa's defense is going to play a lot better. I'm going to give you a final prediction on the score. 30-13 Tampa.
30-13 Tampa Bay over the Carolina Panthers, according to the Greek himself. And hopefully you'll be joining us on Sunday live from Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Give me some final thoughts here on the evolution on the happy
Peter. There's not a ton of final thoughts other than, keep your bets low and your returns high. I really hope you guys have been making some money off these picks. We had a good week last week. This week, I'm giving you a lot of underdogs. Again, don't be afraid to play Tampa in this game. I know everybody is, for lack of better words, shaking like a whore in church because of what happened in this last game against Atlanta. Look, man, your offensive line is beat up that bad. You made some bonehead calls on offense, and the defense couldn't hold anybody. I just don't think this team's going to continue to play like this for the rest of the year. That's why you're seeing the passion, not the frustration. That's why you're seeing the passion coming from Todd Bowles, because he really is a very good coach.
Good stuff here. The Greek professional handicapper extraordinaire. We appreciate the time here on the Evolution, my friend. We'll see you on Sunday, hopefully. All right.
Deuces, brother. You have a good time. But
All
keep an eye on that 88% rule. It's pretty cool, man. Because I'll tell you what, if that game goes to 2 or 3, not 2.5 with Minnesota, make sure you unload on it. Because Minnesota's defense, they're going to stifle the New York Giants this week.
I agree with you on that. I definitely like that pick. Great stuff, Greek, as always, my friend. All right.
See you, brother.
Much love. Yes. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Didn't mean to cut you off there. Yes.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
Yeah. Much love to you, man. And by the way, here's a parting gift here for Christmas.
That's good enough to suck right there.
I'm really good. That money was well spent in your broadcasting.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, my friend. We'll see you soon, okay?
Hey, tell Mr. Williams I said hello. I'm sorry. And there ain't getting no wangs today.
Harry, you better pay that guy eventually his wings. He's going to call back.
Why don't you invite him over to Tampa Joe's and buy him some wings?
I invite everybody over there. If you come over to Tampa Joe's, I will get you the Tampa Joe's sampler on yours truly. And listen, I never buy anybody anything. I'm cheap.
Oh, no shit.
And on that note, see you later. There he is. There he's gone right there. Look at that, how that works. It's great to be a producer of your own show. All right, let's open up the Kraken. Corey, I saw that you called up. Jim, damn it, Jim, I saw that you called up. And Mr. Williams, Hera, call up the phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. So let's read these comments, and then we'll take some phone calls. And then we'll get out of here for the night. But again, Bucs versus the Panthers. What's your confidence level from 1 to 10? We'll ask that question on Sunday morning. Before the game, we'll ask the question now. And it is the advantage, the Bucs offense with all these weapons. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. All right, so we'll get back to that comment in just a moment. So King Cook, Boy Wonder Facts, they did that. O'Brien, Norman, given what we have seen thus far, do you truly have faith that we can make it to the playoffs and actually compete with teams that laid waste to us previously? Because to be honest, I do not. I love Tampa, but my faith has been shot out of the musket from the 12th century. I do have faith in this team because they can get healthy. They're getting healthy at the right time. And again, this team has been hurt by injuries, but I definitely understand, O'Brien. I definitely understand where you're coming from. But keep the faith, my brother. We definitely got you covered here on the Evolution to take your phone calls if you have something to say. And of course, come out to Tampa Joe's if you are local. Corey, are you local?
Yes, sir. Hillsborough County 813.
Okay, so Corey, here is your assignment if you choose to accept, which, listen, you're a webhead, so you have to accept this assignment. 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa on Sunday. Be there, or come on, man. You got to be there for a Bucs away watch party. Where would you rather be than on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television? And bring your Bucs friends, okay? And I don't care.
Man, there's no place in the world I'd rather be, man.
There you go, right there. There it is. Winner, chicken dinner. So what's on your mind tonight here on a Happy Hump Day edition of the Sports Web?
Peter, happy holidays, man. I want to go way back in the time, man. I just got a question.
Way back. It sounded like Blackstreet there. I want to go way back in time. What was that? What was that song from 1996 when I was a sophomore or junior in high school? What was it called? Don't Leave? I think a lot of Bucs fans want Todd Bowles to leave. So take me back in the time machine here, my friend.
Okay, I think the Falcons was inside our red zone, right? They throw that pass. So what's that receiver name? It started with an M. For the Atlanta. What's his name?
The M guy.
Yeah.
Well, you got Kyle Pitts for Atlanta. You had.
Yeah. He a receiver. He a flanker. He'll receive. He not the tight end. What's his name?
Well, you had Drake London. He was out last Thursday.
Seals? It's the other little speedy guy. He fumbled.
Darnell Mooney. Yes.
Mooney. Okay.
Yes.
Mooney fumbled, right? Mooney did fumble, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. It was about $5 around the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They had a scrum. They fought for the ball. Everybody fought. all of a sudden Atlanta came up with the ball after the fight, right? After the scrum, right?
Right, which was amazing to me how that happens. I have no idea how that happens, my friend.
Okay, we give them that. Right? Okay, on the last drive, we have a fumble with Kirk Cousins, right? That Hassan Rudder come up under the pile, under the scrum with the ball.
Right.
Right.
And then give it to him.
Why
Yes.
wasn't the ball rewarded to Tampa Bay?
No idea. Maybe the refs are on the. I don't know. I don't know how 4 or 5 Buccaneers are around the ball and still the Atlanta player gets it. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's want to. I really don't understand that. When I saw
but Peter, I'm talking about the second fumble with Hassan Rudder. We came up with the ball. Hassan Rudder came up with the ball. They didn't reward us the ball.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how that happens. I don't know what the explanation was besides the Atlanta player recovered it and it wasn't Reddick's ball. I don't know. I have no idea.
So it's like I don't know, man. It's like I don't want to say the refs, but it feels like my Bucs is getting cheated, man.
Yep. I agree. And that's the reason why you can't depend on them, and that's the reason why you can't get down to a close game. So you have those controversial calls, those critical calls that change the complexion of games, which has happened so many times this year.
This the NFL. These games come down to one possession, man. This ain't like.
I know, man. I know.
This ain't college, man, where you could just blow somebody out. They can't do that, man. They can't do that.
Well, we asked the question tonight. Do you think this Bucs offense right now, that's the main advantage with Mike Evans saying they can score more than 28 points a game? They should be able to do that. Do you have faith that Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, and the boys can score more than 28 points a game?
Yeah, man. I'm scared with the line. Okay, I watched the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching. We have problem up the A gap. That's bad, man.
Yeah.
That's worse than anything, man. Cause outside you can step up. You got pressure up the A gap, man. Baker can't do nothing with that, man.
You can't do pressure in the A gap in your face. That definitely will affect, and that's affected his quarterback play. And I think the interior line is going to be on notice on Sunday. That's going to be the matchup there. The 2 Brown kids, especially Derek Brown, the way he's played, he's finally healthy. He's been a force to be reckoned with. He's one of the young defensive tackles in the league that you need to watch out for. And that's my matchup that I'm looking out for, that the line has to come together. Graham Barton has to earn his money. Dan Feeney has to earn his money. They have to come together as a collective unit and keep the pressure off of Baker Mayfield. We know when you give Baker Mayfield time that he can pick you apart, especially with all these weapons. So that's the main matchup coming down to it. What else, Corey?
Hey, man, that's pretty much it. And then I seen in the press conference Todd say, "Hey, I tried to challenge it, but they wouldn't even let me challenge it."
Yeah,
I mean, what is that?
Yeah, that's just craziness. I don't understand it. I don't understand the rule. Was that where the tie goes to the runner on the fumble, which I've never heard of before?
There's some spontaneous possession.
Yeah,
like, what
ridiculous.
the hell?
Yeah.
This man came up with the ball.
How are you able to even look at that and see that it's continuous? I don't know. I don't understand it. I hope there's not a play where it comes down to it, because the refs, they need bifocals at this point. Seriously.
Yeah, man. It's some kind of conspiracy against these Bucs, man. You know what I mean? And I know everybody want Todd out of here, man. But I mean, I really feel like them boys play hard for Todd. You know what I'm saying?
So where's your confidence level
on the last play that we gave up on the 4th and 14?
Yeah,
he know what that corner know where the sticks at. They were playing like some kind of quarters or something, like some kind of zone. He know he supposed to be back playing the sticks instead of playing the flats, man. That's common sense.
He didn't sink down enough. You seen Jamel Dean sink, and that's going to be another matchup there with Dean on their guy McMillan there, who Todd Bowles has talked about being reminding him of the young Mike Evans with the speed and the size and the strength and everything like that. So he's going to be a matchup there. That's where Jamel Dean has to earn his money, or will earn his money on Sunday in free agency, because you lock down a player like that, teams besides the Bucs are looking at you in free agency to pay you big time dollars. Corey, what else, my friend?
Man, that's it, man. Happy holidays, man. Let's get this W on Sunday.
All right.
And let's go ahead and win the division. Go Bucs.
Oh, go Bucs. And Corey, once again, where are you coming on Sunday there at 11 o'clock as we start the pregame at 11 o'clock? So I want to get you on camera.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been had me a little eggnog.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna come whatever address you tell me to come to, man.
Listen, you need to text me after the eggnog shot, either tonight or tomorrow, the same number, and I will give you the address. I want you there on Sunday at Tampa Joe's, my friend. Okay.
Yes, sir. Tampa Joe's. All right.
9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Corey, appreciate the call. As always, good stuff. You say go Bucs, go Bucs. All right, open phone line 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. Well, let's go ahead, go out to these comments. Here he is, right? Coaches need to go with their gut, how their energy is the team is. Analytics, says Zach Mitchell, are Zach, you're local, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. Chris Cole, on a different subject, I bet the Collinsworth is balled up on the floor crying because he doesn't have Mahomes to watch and talk about. Let's go out to this guy.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell is the matter with you?
Jim from Ohio, welcome to the Evolution. Your Bucs are taking on the Panthers on Sunday. What's your thoughts?
Win, no matter what. I used to do that every time on your show. I got away from it.
I know. You got to win anytime, any way you can. And we got the good, bad, and ugly with Jim there. Damn it, Jim.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
Today.
Yes.
I'm going to say good. We're healthy with Mike Evans, especially back. I've been watching a lot of his interviews.
Okay.
We got Coach Bowles speaking positive about the next game. We need to keep him focused. He ain't cussing right now. And then let me see. On my good too. One more good.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say back in 2017.
Yes.
Hard Knocks, right?
Correct.
I went to a Bengals preseason game. Hard Knocks was there.
I went there.
And hopefully, I was on TV because I was at the Bengals. That's the only football stadium I've been to. And watching the Buccaneers play a preseason game against the Bengals, I think they ended up losing. It was Jameis Winston. What's his name was there still? What was
Dirk Cutter, you had Jameis Winston at the time, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Was this?
What was the defensive lineman? Gerald McCoy was still there.
Gerald McCoy was there, yes.
Yep. And then there was a kicker controversy.
Roberto Aguayo and Nick Folk, yes.
And he ended up losing his job.
Yes, he did.
After that game, preseason game.
Yes.
I think it was the last one.
Chris Baker, the tree humper, who was also featured in Hard Knocks. I will never forget it. Yes, him and Deshaun Jackson from Washington. Some of the worst free agent pickups Jason Light ever had in his history. Yes, definitely.
So I'm going to have to see if I can find that Hard Knocks. I haven't watched it yet. I want to see if I made it on TV as a fan. I was trying to wave my hands and stuff. I have a big green Tampa Bay necklace.
Okay.
It's got the Tampa Bay logo on it, but it's neon green.
Okay.
And I had the big 40 jersey. So, yeah, I was at that. That was the only preseason game I didn't been to so far. And then hopefully next time I go to a football game, be at Raymond James Stadium. All right, that was good. For the good, bad, guess what? I'm going to surprise y'all today. I'm putting Tampa Bay on the bad because we lost 2 games that we should have won against our division opponents. I think we're better than this. You got your coach cussing. That's a hard Christian man that usually don't cuss on, especially on TV. And then hopefully that passion from the coach and Mike Evans' passion, because he was hot too, coming back from his first game.
Yep,
will get us to get our head out of our behinds and go ahead and win this division, beat these Panthers 2 times. And also for the bad, let's see, what was I going to say bad?
Well, give me an ugly. Give me an ugly here, Jim.
All right, ugly is the ACL injury from quarterback for the Kansas
City Chiefs. Yep, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs. So Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
And that's good. That's the only ugly. You know, them referees, I put them on the ugly. They can stay on them. And that's it.
All right, my friend.
And, you have a good night, and I'll be tuning in. And I'll call back if I feel so passionate to do.
Do that,
Talk
my
to you
friend.
later.
All right. Love it. Love it.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
Appreciate the call. As always, we'll go out to the comments and then we'll wrap it up for the night here. Heard the reports of the Bears coming to my neck of the woods in the Northwest Indiana. JPP needs to dress the game, even if a couple plays, just his voice out there will help. He ain't allowing no BS. Agree with that.
Yeah.
The reason why you get him in the first place, say it with me, Bucs fans, accountability. He'll definitely hold you to that. Let's go out to Alex. Alex, welcome to the Evolution.
Listen, evening. Great show as always. I appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
So I want to go back to a few callers ago, and I want to give a few thoughts about something someone said. And it was about Baker Mayfield. Man, I'm echoing really bad. It was about Baker Mayfield not being a top 10 quarterback.
Correct.
This man was not saying that. I guarantee you, when the Bucs started 6-2, I think it was 6-2 the Bucs started this year, MVP candidate, and then you lost how many weapons on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah.
Is injury and you asked him a question, do you think injury is a key factor as to why he's lost his oomph, I guess you can say? Absolutely. That offensive line has been horrible. This man has taken more hits than you've seen the hits, and he's running for his life.
Yes, I just sneezed because I was allergic to that nonsense. Because I love Nicholas Jackson there out in California, but I definitely think Baker's a top 10, top 5 quarterback. I don't think he's hurt. I think he is hurt right now. That's the reason why Jackson paused there for a moment. And I definitely don't want to get rid of the coach and the general manager.
No. And I was getting ready to get to that on my second point of the call. But hey, listen, you saw kind of last Thursday what Baker can really look like when you have everyone on the field. I mean, he hit Mike Evans for almost 130 yards.
Yes.
And we weren't really saying anything, and we weren't going to say anything if the defense would have held up. So, do I think Baker's a top 15 quarterback? That's nonsense. He's still, in my opinion, top 5, 6 quarterback. I don't think he's top 3, top 2. I mean, you're not going to beat Josh Allen. You're not going to beat these high leverage quarterbacks that are out here. You know what I mean? But to say a top 15 quarterback just because we're having, at the end of the day, I will say this: if you would have asked me the Bucs would be 7-7 this time of year, I would have never seen it. I think you and me had 12-5 on the books. A lot of tough losses this season. Obviously, now we're fighting for our life. Injuries happen. It's the National Football League. It's any given Sunday. But listen, do I believe this Tampa Bay Buccaneers needs a whole entire rebuild, which is the second half of what I was going to talk about tonight? No. I don't think tearing everything apart is the answer. Now, here's what I do think, and I've never told you this yet, but here's what I would suggest, and maybe you can give me an opinion on it, and I'll get out of here. I know it's getting late. I would consider maybe either keeping Todd Bowles head coach, but I really do think you need to have, and I've said this before earlier in the season, I really do think you need to have a second guy, an own defensive coordinator, coaching the defense. I just don't see Todd Bowles doing a good job at doing both. And I know that sounds stupid. I know that sounds cliche, but Todd Bowles is a really good defensive coach or defensive coordinator. I'm not saying Todd Bowles is a bad head coach. I think he's a great head coach, especially with the injuries and the adversity that he's had to face this year. I just don't see getting rid of your head coach, even if the Bucs. Now, if the Bucs don't make the playoffs, I think he's going to be gone. If the Bucs take a first-round exit in the playoffs, I'm just going to be honest with you, I think he's gone. But if I was if I was the Glazers, I wouldn't really technically take Bowles to the curb, but I would offer him a defensive coordinator position and bring someone out there who can actually lead. I'm not saying Todd Bowles is a bad leader, but
I think what you're saying, here's what you're saying here. And Alex, I appreciate the call. As always, use the second one if you want to, if we're on. And of course, Alex.
I'm going to get out of here.
Yes,
I appreciate you, man.
Listen, Alex is going to give away tickets if the Bucs beat the Carolina Panthers next
yes.
Wednesday.
Yes. Let me say that before I go, because I know you're going to answer my question. I keep my word. If the Bucs win this coming Sunday, for anyone watching, and when we can announce it on Monday, and I'll announce it early on Monday too on the sports web. If the Bucs win Monday, I got 2 tickets to give away. Sorry, if the Bucs win Sunday, I got 2 tickets to give away next Wednesday. 300 section, but it's the very front row, 300 section, good seats. I will give them away on the sports web if the Bucs win Sunday.
There you go. And that's to the
Thanks,
Panthers
buddy.
game. Yeah, absolutely. And that is also on Christmas Eve. So we will be live on Christmas Eve as we continue to give what you want us to give here on the Evolution. Let's go out to this guy. Let's go out to Sun Devil Dave. How do we start off this show, my friend?
Thank you for wasting my time. Goodbye forever.
There you go.
Merry Christmas, man.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you.
Happy holidays, buddy.
Happy holidays, yes.
Want to talk about just breaking down the Bucs-Panthers game. I wanted to ask you about some key matchups.
Right. Well,
Jamel Dean, I know he's going to be on McMillan. So I was looking at some of his stats. Overall, statistically, he's done pretty good. He's actually top corner with 40 more attempts, only a 39% completion rate overall this year against Dean, and he's only a 26.1 passer rating.
Yes.
It's best in the NFL. No one's talking about this. I didn't realize statistically he's doing pretty good.
Absolutely.
So do you think he's going to be able to handle McMillan?
I think it's a challenge because he is a big body wide receiver. He can get separation. Right. He's an impressive rookie. And if you look at his numbers, very similar to Emeka Egbuka. So if Dean does shut him down, Egbuka goes off. Egbuka, of course, is in the clubhouse to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But to answer your question, Dean has been there before. He's done it. If you're gonna ask somebody to be a shutdown corner, the way Dean has played this year and all the motivation that he has with his salary being cut, I think it's a good matchup for the Bucs. Yes.
And you think with Evans and Egbuka, they're going to go up against some tough corners, Horn and Jackson, who's got, I think, total of 8 interceptions combined.
They're tough.
You think Godwin playing the slot may be able to get some more yards after catch and be more versatile to get those extra yards? You think Mayfield's going to go after Godwin with his matchup, I think, against they're saying against Smith Wade,
especially on third down. That's especially where you go to. It's been Mr. Third Down for Chris Godwin. He's always third down conversion. You're talking about Evans. He's always had the history. So if you bracket coverage, that means you're basically going to double on Evans. So somebody's going to be open, whether it's Egbuka, whether it's Godwin, whether it's McMillan, whether it's Tez Johnson or Sterling Shepard. Oh my, there's going to be an opportunity for Baker to spread the ball. But I still think this offense goes through Mike Evans. It comes and goes with Mike Evans. And when you get him more involved in the game, and listen, I'm not saying force feed him, but you have to look to him because he's going to draw those pass interference penalties. And in fact, the Dave Canales mentioned this today about the ref crew, how they call pass interference penalties. So look out for that, because if you can draw a pass interference penalty, those are the hidden yards, or not the hidden yards. Those are the penalties that put you in that situation to where it definitely helps out your offense.
And speaking of third down, it looks like the Bucs right now 20th in the NFL in third down success rate.
Yes.
For defense. However, Carolina is also 20th in the NFL on their offense third down success rate. So something's got to give there. But Carolina's fourth down conversion is ridiculous. I think they're like number 5 in the NFL.
Yes.
Converting on fourth down. So we'll see how this goes. But if they both finish 9-8, Bucs get the tiebreaker, I believe, against common opponents. Is what I understand.
Correct.
So just take 2 out of 3. If they're basically 9-7 going to the last game doesn't even matter. Just win the next 2.
That's it.
That's all it really boils down
Win
to.
the next two, you win the
Buckle
NFC
up.
South. Yes.
Grow a pair.
Yes.
Everyone needs to step it up,
Yes.
take care of business.
Absolutely.
You still control your own destiny. I'll be there Sunday. I'll try to get there a little early. I might have a couple little trinkets. Might have a little mini giveaway.
Mini giveaway. What are you giving away?
I don't know. I've got this. Hold on here. Let me see what we got something here. I've got something to give out. Little trinkets here and there. Can't find it right now, but it's in a bag. You'll see what it is. I'll try to get there maybe a little earlier, around 11:30, 12 o'clock.
All right, my friend. Sun Devil
Day.
Dave.
Time Sunday.
How
did the Bulls do today?
Bulls lost. They lost to Old Dominion. Yes. So they fall.
Geez.
In the Cure Bowl with no Byron Brown, who didn't play in the game. Weren't able to do anything offensively. Again, it's a meaningless bowl game at this point. Right. You don't have the new coach in Hartline. You don't have the new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. So they're changing course there. You're turning the page on the next season. I'm excited about it. So yes, they fall, but they didn't have all their starters, if you will, especially Byron Brown.
They'll have a great season next year. New coach. So they're going to be a big contender, I think, in the AAC. American Conference. So we'll have a good time Sunday. Saturday night, you got the Bears in prime time, Bears-Packers game.
Yes.
That'll be pretty exciting. So Sunday's got a full slate. Pretty excited about everything. So is JPP going to play this week?
It looks like he could be definitely playing in this game. So we'll see. Yeah, that would be a
exciting.
Big boost. Yep. All right, Sun Devil Dave.
Great job. Go Bucs. I'll see you Sunday.
How do we end off the show?
Thank you for wasting my time, and goodbye forever, and also Merry Christmas.
All right, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Good stuff. All right, so let's continue to read the comments. I'm going to cut off the phone calls because I want to read these comments, and then we'll get back out to the phone calls, or we'll just end the show for the night. Here, let's go out to Dave. Jim, I'm going to hold off on it. Let's read the rest of these comments. The key to the game on Sunday is stop Dowdell and Hubbard. Make Young beat you with his arm. Don't let him convert first downs with his legs. Good point there. Van House Life, the Greek, wants Todd Bowles fired yesterday. No, he doesn't. Fake news. I think the offense will look better this week. Van House Life. Wait until one of the other NFC South teams actually starts winning and having a good season. Bucs will be cooked at 10-7 under Bowles, period. It's the same story for 5 years in a row. King Cook, not too many teams have won a division 4 times in a row, let alone 5. We are up. Go Bucs. Go Bucs.
Fire the cannon.
Go Bucs. All right, good stuff there, King Cook. Agree with you on that. Dave says right now, though it's one game at a time, can't look ahead into the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Van House Life. Remember, Brady's final season on the Bucs was his first losing season, 8-9, and Bowles was the head coach because that was all Todd Bowles and the coaching staff's fault. It wasn't Brady's fault. It wasn't Father Time. It wasn't the offensive line. It was all Todd Bowles. I get it. Anthony Dano, Eagle Man. If you thought Mike Evans was angry on Thursday after losing, wait till he gets out on the field on Sunday. He's going to play that game like he hates that team. Love it. Good comment. Pat William, 242. We probably will go on a run now. I like it. Let's go out to King Cook. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Doesn't count, my friend. Bucs aren't waiting for anyone. We lead from the front. Van House Life. I guess Peter and the Greek love Bowles. Mediocre season over and over again. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that mentality has been winning us playoff games too, right? Paris says, do you think LB linebacker Anthony Walker could help? He said he's ready when called. He's on the practice squad. There's a reason why they picked him up. Definitely think he can help. We heard from Levante David in the offseason there just a couple months ago. He loves AWalk. We'll see if there's a contribution there. How many playoff games has Todd Bowles actually won? Oh, wait, one. Yes, one over the eventual Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. But I know it doesn't count in your book. It's one more playoff game than what you won in your whole entire life. Pat William, 242. Eagles wild card, correct. In 5 years, winning the playoffs, Bucs are 1-6. But again, includes a Super Bowl in there. And I don't think that stat is right with 1-6. Does JPP play? I don't think so. I think we make the playoffs. He's activated under Bowles. Van House Life. Bowles is wasting his talent on this team. Soon you will see most of them retiring as we're still under Bowles, wasting it. Any other team, he would have been fired by now. 1-3 under Bowles. Anthony, JPP with his club is going to make his presence. If we can get a comment there we go. Make that 1-4 this season, Pats. You're delusional if you think the Bucs are going to win the playoffs this year. A real Bucs fan isn't afraid to admit that this team ain't it this year. As many sacks as he's got fingers on one hand. Go, old man JPP, and go Bucs. Go Bucs. Van House Life. Yes, dangerous to themselves. Dave. I'll be at the game Sunday. Bucs loud and proud. Let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs.
Fire the cannon.
Let's go Bucs. Let's go Bucs.
How about them Bucks, baby?
Let's go Bucs. Anthony Dano says Tampa Joe's has the best towers in town. Absolutely. Let's go out to King Cook. I'll be at the game Sunday with my Bucs drip, repping for the nation. Let's go Bucs. Love it.
Fire the cannon.
Mike D. Roche's. I can't call in the Saints game, Falcons game. Just watch the body language, hands on the hips, shaking heads. It's just my point. Real Bird Native. Baker has lost his last 2 playoff games with turnovers. Baker is a good quarterback, but he has to take the next step to become elite. It's year 8 now. Agree with you on that. 5-1 under Arians, so 6-4 in the last 5 years with a Super Bowl and all kinds of division titles and a partridge in a pear tree. I will take it. Alluring Dar, we show up for our birds. Yes, you do. Hopefully, Bucs fans will do the same thing. What would we win so many of these games if our offense could have scored? Granted, last week the defense gave up that game tremendously, but how many drives consistently in a row does the defense have to make a stop while the offense can't even score? Good point. Baker needs to take a breath, calm down, stop panicking, overthrowing everyone. He has happy feet, whether it's the pressure or his internal clock there, his the pocket, if you will, collapsing. I do think and believe that they will play so much better this week due to the abomination of a game last week. Bucs for life, win, lose, or draw. Love it. Dave, Raise the Flags was incredible. Loved it. So many memories. Agree. Mike D. Roche's. My favorite episode was when I was in it. Love it, Dave. Love it, Mike. Dave, my favorite was the Leroy Selman stuff. Love that guy. Miss his restaurant. Used to go there every time I was in Tampa. Me too.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to a YouTube super chat. Virgin Boys 499. Greek, this is for you and my pops. He's been a Bears fan since 1975. Got him a Williams jersey last year. Rooting for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
That's super chat will go to me, but I appreciate that, Virgin Boys. Cedric Mullins is old past his prime. Anthony Dano, Buccaneer fans need to remember that the Saints barely beat them, and they humiliated the Panthers. They're going into this game with very low confidence. The Bucs are going to win. Faith in the Bay. The key to the game is to keep the pressure until the final whistle is blown. Do not let up. Eagle Man, come out to Tampa Joe's on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you as always. Randy Johnson's fastball, bird explosion, once in a lifetime moment. Mike D. Roche's, I predict 28-10 Buccaneers. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Right-brained Boricua. I love being different. That you are, my friend. Chat GPT says Buccaneers 29, Panthers 28. I like that.
Yes. Yes.
I hope Harry didn't have a problem with me talking Rays. He probably will be away by the time you read this. Jem says, we know what chance the Bucs might have in the playoffs on how they play in these final 3 games. Good point.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, let's go out. Detroit took the record for the Bucs for the most losses in a season. 0-16. I would never wish on the Bucs loss. Sorry. Thank you, Parrish. Appreciate it. Don't let the offense catch fire. Evans is the key to make other options. Absolutely.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up.
Dave, Baker is easily a top 5 quarterback in the past 3 years. Dave, again, who would you want at quarterback right now? Geno Smith, Tua, Watson, Penix, Young, J.J. McCarthy, Jones, Rattler. The list goes on. Baker haters just need to jump ship. We have a quarterback, deal with it, and I would agree with you on that. I would take none of those quarterbacks compared to Baker Mayfield.
How about new?
Let's go out to King Cook here. What some Bucs fans are failing to realize is with all the injuries we had this season, we are still in the mix to win our division. That is a big plus, people. Exactamundo. Dave says, how many teams would love to have Baker right now? Plenty. Ask the Cleveland Browns. With that albatross of a contract to Deshaun Watson, which is absolutely dreadful.
That's good enough to suck right there.
Exactly. Buccaneers came back rusty at full force with a hurt quarterback. Let's see what happens this weekend. Nobody had a problem with the Bucs in the beginning of the season. Baker was going to be the MVP. Everybody had high hopes. It's the end of the season. They're getting through their bumps and bruises, and they're going to win. And think about it at this point. If you win the next 2 games, you win a division, you can rest that last game. You don't necessarily have to play Baker Mayfield or anybody else of consequence. Roger Shue, the tribal troll.
Acknowledge me.
Sal, Nickerson Gruber, someone on the saddest of all guys that didn't get the success with the Bucs. Agree with that. Real Berg native, I will invite you and Teresa Neptune out there from Smart Financial. Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road. All the local Bucs fans, get out there, support the evolution of sports talk television. Baker turning the ball over late, plays role in losses. Sandra Nagel, my beautiful mother, future agent, watching the best sports talk show in the Tampa Bay area, the Sports Web. Harry Berg, go Bucs, go Bucs, absolutely.
Fire the cannon.
Can't wait to you see what I got in store for you tomorrow if this works out. Just saying. Dallas sucks. That they do.
Oh, yeah.
Old Man Rivers, absolutely. LFG, thank you, Harry. Brian says, good late evening to you. Good late evening to you. 24TS Media. Hi, Peter. How you doing? Let's go out to Bella Bell. Hey, Peter, we're hoping to make it. Don't leave me, girl. Please stay with me tonight. All right, Mooney, let's see. Bucs plot twist is coming Sunday. Stay tuned. Okay, I hope the Bucs could win on Sunday. I do believe they can as long as Baker calms down a little, stops overthrowing everybody in the field, actually hits them in the hands, actually catch the ball. Tell me if you all agree there's been a lot of miscommunication in between both sides of the calls. Todd has to fight for them. Chris Cole, NFL teams have complained about the lack of good referees in the league nowadays. Real Berg native, that Chris Baker signing haunts Jason Light still to this day. Let's go out to Garland, Sherwood, Bernie Sr. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. What's up, my man? How you doing? How are you doing to you? Let's go out to Sun Devil Dave. Bucs and Panthers finished 9-8. Bucs get the tiebreaker due to the better record against common opponents. Correct. Bless you on the sneeze. Thank you, and bless you for this mess and having to deal with it and deal with us all. I appreciate it. I love the mess. I love cleaning up the mess. Everything will work out, Bella. No way is top 5 or 10 maybe. 15 Baker is very inconsistent, but he is fun to watch. We'll never win a Super Bowl with him. I'm not sure about that. We'll see. Baker Mayfield's a great player. He deserves better respect than some of the fans are giving him. Chris Cole, Baker has an oblique shoulder, maybe even a left knee injury that he can't step into throws. That's why he's high on throws. Parrish says Dean problem is always health. Respect, go Bucs for life. Go Bucs for life.
Fire the cannon.
Go Bucs for life.
How about them Bucs, baby?
Go Bucs for life. Love it. Let's go out to Christopher Cole. These bowl games are so watered down that they are. Brady, next coach. Don't watch AI. That's what AI is putting out there. I just wanted to tell you about the Raise the Flag experience. We will cover that on Sunday. We'll get your Raise the Flag experience. We'll also have some interviews on Sunday with All-Pro Dante Culpepper. We'll play that interview and the great Jimmy Giles live from Tampa Joe's. So we got you covered there. Let me know if you have time to take a call. I'm going to wrap this up real quick. Bobby Raines, Tampa 2 doesn't work anymore. Bell says, let's get bucking wild. I love it. Cole CSB, brother, what a crappy game. Ref screwed us on that one in the offseason. Cole, the USF Bowl game was a joke. I heard it was not good. The check down is always open. Even Brady mentions that. Maybe you have to go to a check down. Bucs fans since 2012 predict 2 wins against the Panthers to close the season. Love it. Welcome to the evolution. This is your show, Bucs fans. This is your moment to come out to Tampa Joe's 9316 Anderson Road for your Bucs away watch party. Bucs versus the Carolina Panthers. Bucs don't put pressure on any quarterback. They need to do better of that. Carolina 24-21 over the Bucs. Damn it, Jim. If not, I'll tell you after the game on Sunday. Tell me before the game on Sunday if you can. Thank you, Peter Harry, for a great show. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Let's go, Bucs. Let's go, Bucs. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Fire the cannons. We shot.
Fire the cannons.
And let's go out to Damn it, Jim.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell is the matter with you?
Great show, Peter Blake and Harry the Greek. Talk to you on Sunday, 11 o'clock. Thanks a lot to all the guests, all the calls. You guys are the lifeblood of the show. Love Bucs fans. Always welcome here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, Monday and Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. And, of course, join me on Sunday, 9316 Anderson Road in Tampa. It's Tampa Joe's. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Do 3 things. You know them, you love them. You got to have them on a happy hump day edition. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And for fans of the Sports Web and the Tampa Bay Sports Fan, it's your time. We'll see you next time on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, live from Tampa Joe's. Have a great night. And as always, of course, go Bucs.